Hello world! I'm your host Bunny. This is Awesomenauts. We're playing Gnaw! And as you can see, I went up in prestige rank again because I'm such a shameless whore. Anyways, it gives us a good idea of how early builds with Gnaw can work out. I have no idea what level he unlocks on, but I'm sure someone else also went up in prestige rank and regretted it instantly. So we noticed that this map is a solo lane map, and that gives us pretty much one choice for a good build. I've noticed that every map has a specific build that is very different from the other builds when it comes to Gnaw, that are better than others, which is interesting and very fun to see that there's so much diversity in Gnaw's builds, just depending on maps, in difference of say Leon or Froggy G or whatever, that mostly has the same build for all maps that work out very well. And in this case we're getting seedlings, and we're getting in particular the upgraded parts, or reduction in parts at least. Simply because it's a one lane map and there are only 2 bots in the lane at any given time, which means that we need to get the seedlings out as quickly as possible with as few resources as possible. On other maps I would have chosen either spit or maybe damage upgrade for him rather than this one. This is mainly based on the fact, again, 2 droids, but also the fact that we're sharing lanes with everyone, so you need to get those quick hits in if you want to get them up at all, because a Clunk and a Froggy G mashing away at the droids will not give you many hits in and will starve you by your own team when it comes to placing out defense. So that's our reasoning for it. We're also gonna go for an attack build, since we have Leon in the lane and we also have Froggy G and Lone Star, so we have all the 3 annoying ones. The beauty of this build is also that we can block out Lone Star's bull pretty much fully, since the bull cannot push around the little seedlings as long as they're small. If you get the upgrade that gives him 40% extra health, he can actually push them with the bull, but he cannot do that when they're small, and that means that his bull is pretty much useless. I approve of that. Also low on health, I'm not gonna let Leon take me. We should probably just go back to base. I suspect there's not much else to do at this point. Leon coming back. We are gonna get lifesteal, and we're gonna get run speed. This makes things a lot easier in this lane, simply because it's quite far to run to get there. And we probably get stuck behind our own turret at some points, because we're playing with bots at the moment. So for that reason we're gonna give ourselves a health boost without having to leave the lane, and also a way to escape from Leon until we're ready to take him on properly. Other bot bites the dust. I should also point out for those unaware that the seedling or the parts for the seedlings can be gotten from anything that you can hit, which includes Leon's clones, which makes those Leons that are a little too generous with their clones, having them standing around, makes it a lot easier to gather parts for them. And I also noticed here that apparently Leon has decided to upgrade his attack on his clone, so it attacks. I'm not sure why, but sure, whatever floats his boat. I might want to try out at some point as well if it's a good build, we'll see. So, also, Lone Star, we did find out that indeed there are new graphics for him, that if you get the explosive bull, he will strap a little bomb to his bull. However, if you get the Techno Viking upgrade, he will take the bomb away instead. I don't know why, but he does. There we go, we're gonna add Spit. Spit is only for the reason that we have Leon in the lane, and even if Leon is invisible, if it steps on the Spit, the dot will show him as a nice big purple cloud, and that makes it a lot easier for us to track him. Very convenient. There we go, and we'll get stuck again. Gonna chase him away. He's low on health, so that's good. Apparently we had Voltar in here as well at some point, which explains why there's only 2 of us here and have only been for a while. He's gonna go push this, and here comes Leon, trying to be a little bit funny, running straight into Clunk though, which isn't the greatest thing when you're Leon and low on health. So, we're taking the turret down quite well, but apparently they have gotten Voltar now, so even though Voltar has been nerfed quite heavily, I wouldn't say he's bad, he's just different now, and the hots he put on are quite effective actually, even though they shouldn't be, but since you hit everything around, it's very, very useful. Let's put these out, since no one does that, and go get health, try to hit the health. Also, Gnaw's size he's too small. He feels like a bigger character. And there you can see the bull with the Techno Viking helmet and no ball. Very confusing why they would do that, but nonetheless. Lone Star and Voltar pushing quite well. No one is in link. Clunk going down there, and I think our bot decided to get himself killed at some point. We are not going to buy anything at this point. We're actually saving up for the extra damage on the bite, since I noticed that that bite can be very, very vicious after a while. And let's see what we can do with little Leon here. He managed to slice some health to himself. Let's get some health back too. Chase him around a bit, and he misses the jump. Very convenient. Let's block him from the jump and take the health. That's how you steal Leon out of it. And I managed to hit him one last time, which takes him down with the dot, even though he's invisible. Pushing Lone Star out of the lane, having a seedling up so he can't push the bull. And we're back to pushing lane, but here comes Lone Star and Voltar, which is what makes this very inconvenient. Let's see what we can do. The ball is up, gets the seedling again, so I approve. Can we take it down? This is gonna... That's very close, and sadly didn't get it. Here comes Leon. Let's go back and get our bite and get our health up and back to the lane. So what I'm seeing with Gnaw is that he's pretty well balanced, to be honest. I'm sure someone can prove me wrong later on that he's very overpowered, but due to his lack of early game abilities, he's very much a carry character, I have to say. He can be played decently early on, but nothing too great, and I get stuck in everything and pushed back again. These pushbacks are the bane of my life, especially with Voltar, and I'm low on health, and that was stupid of me. I saw him coming. Why did I stay there? Nonetheless, there aren't many kills going on, but I'm okay with that, and apparently our bots have been reset again. And see if we can pick something up on the way down. I don't think we have any upgrades that we can get at this point. No, the cheapest is 150, if I'm not mistaken, 135 for health, but I'm not getting that. Also one of the things that I tend to not take health when it comes to Gnaw, not yet, because the health upgrades aren't that great to begin with, and usually he doesn't need it because he's so defensive, and he hides behind way too many things. Also quite quick, so I'm not too worried about it. And Super Droid, let's take it out and try to not get hit in the face, which I managed to do anyways. He's dead now at least, and here we see the other drawback when it comes to Gnaw is the fact that these dots, they're so long that people usually manage to kill everything before you do it, even if you do a dot big enough to take them down. Really annoying. Also, I will give a shout out to all the Coco players. Stop being so annoying. There's nothing worse than having Coco on your team pushing back the droids all the way back so you can't build anything with them. I'm okay with the ball and the blind and all that, but pushing them back behind the turret and then waiting and pushing another ball behind the turret so I can't hit anything, it makes it a little bit harder to play Gnaw, and it makes the team weaker actually. So think about that if you have Gnaw with you, and you probably have, regardless of what map you're playing at this point, because everyone has one Gnaw on every map now. Let's see if we can do something funny. I realize that Leon is already waiting, but We're gonna see if we can take down the turret without having to push them back as well. Maybe we can do some backdooring. Or we could just use this whole team of droids that we have going for us. That's a big bull. That's a big bull that's cock blocked. And down goes the turret. So we're 1 for 1. It's pretty even at this point. And for the sake of it, since this is one of those maps that the droids just pass each other by and doesn't go in the same lane, we're gonna put all 4 seedlings right here, which makes a very, very decent and effective defense without having to be there. Which is probably the strongest point of Gnaw at this point, that he can block an entire lane early on without having to actually attend to it. Still gonna do it though, because the placement is important and I haven't quite gotten it down here. I think you should place them a little further back so they hit enough before the droids jump up. Anyways, we have more damage to our bite, and our bite is now vicious, which is how we like our bites. We're gonna keep defending this lane so our droids can get past and just move up to the turret. A super droid solid up there, and Voltar did not expect that upgrade from my side, and he doesn't survive. Take a moment and see how much damage that bite does when you hit. When we get a better angle for it. I think it's important to realize how big that bite is and learn the size of it, so you know when it's relevant to bite and when you have a safe kill, so you can start running away. You can see it is because the green represents on the health bar how much they will have left after the dot is over, whereas the light red-ish represents the dot. So when all the green goes away, you can pretty much just walk away from it as long as there's no health nearby and the enemy is pretty much dead. These blinders do not help anything, but at least they fix the blind so you can actually see when you jump. I'm very thankful for that, because blind is probably the most annoying thing, bar Froggy G stuns. Anyways, we're gonna throw our spit around, and does our base hold? No, our seedlings are now gone. We need to get them back up again. There we go, and another one, and another one. Also creates a nice little blockage against Leon and other funky stuff. Also, as you can see here, the minor detail that I have an issue with is that the melee doesn't sink flying enemies down when you hit them like Leon does. If Leon hits jewelry or a flying droid, they will start going down towards the ground, so you can actually keep hitting them, and you can't do that with Gnaw. I'm not sure why. It's annoying though, very annoying. Especially when it comes to the flying droids, because you need to keep jumping and try to hit them, and if you miss you need to jump again and it takes forever to get anything done, whereas every other character can just kill them without having to do some funny stuff. And the turret here is down as well, so let's start moving into their base. So as you see, this is how much the dot does, and we're just gonna finish them off anyways and start planting seedlings here. Lone Star running by. There we go. And we're pretty much winning this with this. And this is my first build that I've done, and now we're gonna show off a little bit of how to chase Leon. As you see, his nice little cloud, we just keep biting him. He tries to get away, but I can clearly see where he is. There's nothing he can do about it, and a droid killed him. That's okay. I'm fine with that, I suppose. Not too many kills on this map, but that's okay. We're very pushy instead, and we're keeping a safe way. We're keeping the map safe for us and preventing them from moving forward, which is clearly a very efficient way to do it. So my first build for Gnaw's quick seedlings, it's for this map in particular. I will be making for all the other maps as well, because I feel it's very relevant to know all the different maps and how they work with Gnaw. This map, as said, quick seedlings and then biting, because you're stuck with everyone in the same place in one single lane, and you might as well use the AoE damage of the bite that you have to your advantage. Anyways, that's all for me for today. Thank you for watching. I have been your host. You have been the audience. Toodles!